Paris never truly sleeps. Even in the still of the night, the city hums with a quiet melody. The distant murmur of the Seine, the occasional rattle of a bicycle over cobblestones, the flicker of lanterns casting golden halos against ancient stone walls. But tonight, something is different. A light drizzle kisses the rooftops, dampening the world in a soft shimmer. The Eiffel Tower stands in the distance, a beacon against the ink-black sky. Below, tucked within a cozy arrondissement, a small bakery rests between two narrow buildings, its shutters half closed, its chimney exhaling the last whispers of warm bread and butter. A single lantern flickers above the door, its glow barely pushing back the encroaching shadows. A figure moves, silent, sleek, and sharp-eyed. Gaston, the clever French Bulldog, trots along the rain-slick pavement. His compact, muscular frame carries him forward with purpose, his signature red bandana tied neatly around his neck, fluttering slightly with each step. He pauses. A sound, a faint whimper, cuts through the quiet, barely audible, yet enough to send a prickle down his spine. His ears twitch, his dark eyes narrow. The scent of fresh croissants lingers, but beneath it, something else, something uneasy. Gaston turns his head towards the source, a narrow alleyway, dimly lit, where the shadows stretch unnaturally long. A gust of wind sweeps through, rustling crumpled newspapers and sending a shiver through the silent streets. He listens, and then, without hesitation, he moves. The alley is darker than the street, the buildings leaning in as if whispering secrets only the night should hear. Gaston's paws click softly against the damp stones as he ventures further, his nose twitching, his instincts on high alert. The air is thick with the scent of rain, rust, and something else. Something alive. A rustling noise. Gaston halts, his sharp eyes darting towards a crumpled pile of newspapers near a forgotten doorway. A small shape trembles beneath them. A tiny puppy, barely a few weeks old. Its fur is damp, its frail body shivering against the cold stone. It lets out another weak whimper, eyes wide with fear. Gaston's heart tightens, but then his nose catches something else. A presence, a shadow coiled tight, unmoving, but watching. A snake. Thick, dark, and patient, the predator is curled in the darkness, its beady eyes fixed on the helpless pup. It does not move. It does not need to. The puppy is weak. The moment is inevitable. Gaston lowers his body, muscles tensing. A true detective never rushes in without a plan. He calculates, observes, every detail matters. The snake remains still, its tongue flickering, sensing. It knows Gaston is there, but does not yet perceive him as a threat. It is waiting for the perfect moment to strike. But Gaston, he doesn't wait. In an instant, Gaston's mind sharpens. His eyes scan the alley, searching for something, anything to shift the odds in his favor. Then he spots it. A forgotten baguette, left outside the bakery's back door, just a few feet away. Golden, crusty, a perfect decoy. Gaston moves with precision, silent, swift. He grips the baguette in his teeth, careful not to startle the snake. With a flick of his head, he sends the bread soaring through the air. Thud. The loaf lands inches from the snake's head, rolling slightly before stopping. The reaction is immediate. The serpent jerks, its head snapping toward the unexpected intrusion. Its body tenses, its grip loosening, just for a moment. A moment is all Gaston needs. Like a shadow, he lunges, his compact body propelling him forward with incredible speed. The pup lets out a tiny yelp as Gaston reaches him. The snake twitches, sensing movement, but Gaston is quicker. With careful precision, he grabs the puppy by the scruff of its neck, lifting it with the gentleness only a protector can master. The fragile body dangles in his grip, trembling, but safe. The snake, realizing its deception, turns back. And now, it sees Gaston. The snake's body coils tighter, its muscles rippling with tension. Its beady eyes lock onto Gaston, calculating. The predator hesitates for only a second. Then it moves, it lunges, but Gaston is ready. With the pup secure, he plants his paws firmly, lowering his stance. And then, bark! The sound ricochets through the alley, sharp and commanding. A challenge, a warning. The snake hesitates, its motion freezing mid-strike. It studies Gaston, this small but fearless protector, this defier of fate. And for the first time, it thinks twice. Seconds stretch into eternity. Then, the snake shifts. It slithers back, its long body unraveling, retreating into the darkness from which it came. The battle is won. Gaston exhales, lowering the pup gently onto the stone ground. The tiny creature whimpers but does not cry. It knows, even in its fragile state, that it has been saved. Then, a noise. A door creaks open. A warm light spills into the alleyway. A figure steps forward, a man, wrapped in an apron dusted with flour. The baker, his eyes widen as he takes in the sight before him. The trembling puppy, the fearless bulldog standing guard, the remnants of a threat lingering in the darkened corners. Mon ami, the baker murmurs, kneeling. His voice is thick with awe, his hands gentle as he lifts the tiny pup into his arms. The warmth of human touch soothes the trembling creature. The baker cradles it close, turning to Gaston. You truly have the heart of a hero. Gaston merely wags his tail, slow and deliberate, a silent acknowledgement. The baker, still holding the puppy, looks down at it, then at Gaston, then back at the pup. A decision forms in his mind. This little one, he whispers, stroking the tiny head, has found a home. Gaston watches for a moment longer, ensuring the pup is safe. Then, with a final nod, he turns, his tail wagging just a little more now, as he trots off into the Parisian night. Another mystery solved, another life saved, just another night in the city of light for Gaston, the guardian of its forgotten corners. As Gaston disappears down the cobblestone streets, his red bandana catching the moonlight, the city hums its quiet melody once more. Somewhere, another mystery awaits. Somewhere, another soul needs saving. And Gaston, he will be there, because some heroes don't wear capes. Some heroes walk on 4 paws. If you enjoyed this adventure, don't forget to like, subscribe, and join Gaston on his next mystery.